Hey guys, stay tuned for the full recipe. Check this out to see how I do my fish tacos. So today I'm going to share with you how to do some easy and delicious fish tacos. There's so many ways that you can make fish tacos. Either grill them, fry them, bread them, or just season them or bake them. But today I am going to fry these and I'm going to bread them just with plain original flour. Just make sure your seasoning is perfect and it'll have a perfect flavorful taste. So as you can see, just the simple ingredients, and I do have a recipe on how I do a corn pico de gallo. So basically this is what I'll be using for my corn pico de gallo. So we have our cilantro, and we have a tomato, and our purple onion, and of course our corn. And I do have the vinegar jalapenos. You could use a fresh regular jalapeno, but for me, I'm just going to use this one just because it has that vinegar flavor and the juices. So it's optional if you want to use these kinds or just a fresh jalapeno. Just to mention, I am going to upload a homemade chipotle sauce. Really easy recipe that I am going to upload. If you haven't seen it, maybe it's going to be uploaded after this recipe. Just stay tuned. Make sure you have your bell notifications on so that way YouTube can notify you every time I upload a video. So for my onion, I'm not going to use the whole onion. So I'm just going to cut just a little bit, depending how much you're going to make. For me, it's just going to be for about 2 people. So I'm just going to chop our onion up. Okay, so I mentioned about the jalapenos in vinagre, which is in the vinegar. So I'm just going to get a few out and I'm just going to chop them up. Okay guys, now our corn. So now we're just going to mix everything together. So this is basically a recipe that I have recorded previously, but on the other one I did not add jalapenos. On this one I am adding jalapenos. So let's not forget to add a little bit of salt to give it more of a flavor. Just a pinch of salt and a little bit more of the corn. And with this recipe, you can eat it any way you want, just by itself, with tortilla chips, or which today I am doing fish tacos. So this will be a perfect topping for your tacos. So I'm using the tilapia skinless and boneless fillets. So they do come in individual packages. So we're just going to take them out. And they are kind of wet, so we do want to dry them, pat dry them down, okay? Just like this, before we start adding our seasonings to it. Okay guys, so now we're just going to pat them down. Both sides. On this plate, I'm going to do my batter. So I have 1 cup of flour, and I'm going to add another half. Okay, now we're going to add 1 egg. And I'm going to add about 1/2 this much of milk. And garlic powder, the same. And paprika, this is just for color, but if you want it spicy, you could use the cayenne spice. And we're going to add a little bit of salt, and I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of the salt. Now let's just mix everything together If you feel like you have a lot of clump in here, you can add a little bit of water. So I'm just mixing it up for now, and it's gonna give me kind of like clumpy, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water and just keep mixing. Now at this point, I'm just gonna use my mixer, so it'll be a helpful tool to mix everything together really good. So I just added a little bit of water, and I added a little bit of more milk. Just keep an eye on the texture of your batter mix. You don't want it too watery. You don't want it too watery. Perfect, guys. It's not too watery or nor too thick. So that's perfect. So for the flour, it's going to be really simple. I'm just adding a little bit of flour and a little bit of the Old Bay just to season your flour. And that's about it, because our batter already has those good flavors. So we're just going to mix everything together. So for our fish, it's up to you. You want to add a little bit of salt and black pepper just to have that flavor in there. So I'm going to do that, and a little bit of black. Now we're going to cover this into our flour. And we're going to do that for every. Okay guys, now I already have my oil prepped, so it's already hot. Now I'm just going to dip these into our batter mixture. Just like that. I'm going to add it to our oil. And I have space for another one, so I'm going to add another one in there. And you can cut your tilapias in half, or afterwards you do your tacos, however you want to do them in pieces. If I make a mess, don't worry, I'll clean it up afterwards. So I'm just going to leave it cooking for about 2 minutes to 3 minutes on each side, and we're just going to check the tenderness and the crunchiness as well. Okay guys, so I kept flipping them around every 2 minutes now. Just make sure you have it like in a high medium heat. You don't want to burn it or cook it too fast. You see the color change. So I'm just going to give these maybe about a few more seconds, and then we'll be done, guys. Okay guys, so it's done. Now I'm just going to set it aside and keep doing the rest. Okay guys, this is how they came out. So they are tender from the inside and crunchy on the outside. Perfect, guys. So now we're just going to cut them in half, because we are going to use them for fish tacos. So here they are, guys. And I'm just going to cut it in half. So you hear that crunch? Look at that, guys. And let's not forget our sauce, which is the chipotle sauce. And like I mentioned, I might have it before I upload this video or afterwards. Just stay notified. guys, this is how they came out. They smell delicious and they look delicious. So if you watched the full recipe, guys, give it a big thumbs up. Share my recipes on all your social media platforms. And if you want to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel for more recipes. And I try to make them as easy as possible. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys on the next one.